Metroidvanias are already intense, but when you mix them with Souls-like combat, the whole genre changes. You get tougher enemies, darker worlds, tight dodges, and that incredible feeling of beating something that looked impossible 5 minutes ago. So today, I brought 12 amazing Souls-like Metroidvanias that you definitely need to play. Somber Echoes is a dark fantasy Metroidvania set in a unique universe that blends Greek mythology with sci-fi starships drifting across distant galaxies. You play as Adrestia, a fierce warrior brought back to life with one mission: stop your twin sister, Harmonia, who has fallen into madness and now threatens to destroy the entire vessel and everyone on board. The story is delivered through narration rather than constant dialogue, which gives the game a mysterious tone and works surprisingly well for its minimalist presentation. Gameplay follows the classic Metroidvania structure: exploration, backtracking, combat, gear upgrades, and new abilities that gradually open the map. Movement is smooth and the world is fun to explore, even if you occasionally find yourself unsure of the next step. Thankfully, fast travel points are well placed, making navigation far less frustrating. The key mechanic is a unique directional flame dash that transforms Adrestia into a blazing sphere for a short moment. It's used to reach high platforms, cross long gaps, escape danger, and even extend certain combos. The mechanic gives the traversal a fast, dynamic rhythm, though it can feel demanding in precision-based platforming sections. Combat leans toward the Souls-like side with timing-focused attacks, evasive movement, and divine weapon abilities inspired by Greek gods. Enemies hit hard, but mastering your tools feels rewarding, and the mix of sci-fi fragments with mythological themes gives every area its own identity. With its atmospheric world, striking art, and satisfying movement system, Somber Echoes stands out as an underrated Metroidvania worth your time. The Last Faith is a brutal gothic action game that mixes fast combat, exploration, and a world drenched in religious horror. You play as Eric, a warrior afflicted by a mysterious corruption, pushing him into a desperate journey through ruined cathedrals, frozen graveyards, cursed forests, and abandoned laboratories. The map is dense and interconnected, full of shortcuts, hidden paths, and optional areas that reward players who explore every corner. Combat is aggressive and weighty, offering a large arsenal that completely shapes your style. Heavy greatswords crush enemies, rapiers allow precise strikes, scythes give long-range control, claws enable fast rushdowns, and firearms let you interrupt or counter with quick shots. Arcane abilities add even more variety, letting you freeze enemies, fire projectiles, or unleash powerful finishers. Progression expands your mobility, opening new routes and revealing secret rooms with rare materials and relics that strengthen your build. The upgrade system allows freedom, focusing on strength, dexterity, firearms, or pure magic depending on how you want to fight. Visually, the game stands out with detailed pixel art and an atmosphere clearly inspired by dark gothic fantasy. Moonlit streets, grotesque creatures, and grand decaying architecture create a world that feels oppressive and beautiful. At the same time, boss battles are the highlight: fast, punishing, and stylish, ranging from corrupted knights to towering abominations. Learning patterns and striking at the right moment is essential, and every victory pushes Eric deeper into a haunting, decaying world. Death's Gambit Afterlife follows Soren, a fallen warrior bound to death, as he travels through a ruined kingdom filled with corrupted knights, ancient guardians, and forgotten deities. The story is told through brief dialogues and environmental hints, creating a somber, mysterious atmosphere that makes every region feel old, dangerous, and full of history. Combat is tough and rewarding. Each weapon changes your playstyle completely. Heavy blades hit hard but slow, halberds control space, daggers rely on speed and crits, bows allow safe pressure, and scythes balance reach and mobility. Ability trees let you shape Soren into a stronger melee fighter, a nimble assassin, or a magic-focused warrior, giving real freedom in how you progress. Exploration grows richer as you unlock new movement abilities like double jump, air dash, and wall climbing, opening shortcuts and revealing hidden paths. The world is interconnected and packed with secrets, making every return to old areas feel meaningful. Major enemies stand out not just for difficulty, but for creativity. Each introduces a different rhythm. Some force you to study spacing, others change patterns mid-fight, and a few alter the arena itself. These encounters challenge you without feeling cheap, making every victory satisfying and skill-based. The game's detailed pixel art, dramatic lighting, and diverse regions, snowy cliffs, eerie forests, crumbling castles, and grotesque caverns create a striking visual identity. The Afterlife edition expands the original with new zones, abilities, and improvements, making it the best version to play today. Skelethrone is a grim 2D dark fantasy action platformer set in a cursed realm of ruined castles, snowy wastelands, and crumbling cathedrals. You play as a lone warrior in a non-linear world full of secret paths, optional detours, and dangerous shortcuts that reward curiosity with new weapons, relics, and bits of lore about Ericona's fall. Combat is slow, punishing, and deliberate. Enemies hit hard, stamina really matters, and button mashing usually ends in a quick death. As you level up, you unlock new moves and mobility options that change both combat and exploration, letting you dodge, dash, and reach areas that were impossible at the start. Exploration is a core part of the experience. Upgrades and hidden rooms sit behind fake walls, obscure ladders, and risky jumps, so revisiting earlier regions with new abilities almost always reveals something new. Over time, the map clicks into place with interconnected routes and loops that make long walks back to town or a key landmark much faster. Big encounters work as real skill checks, instead of simple endurance tests. Some keep you under constant pressure with aggressive strings. Others control space with projectiles or sweeping weapons, and a few change behavior halfway through, forcing you to read patterns and adapt on the fly. Visually, Skelethrone leans into a heavy gothic style. Sharp silhouettes, oppressive backgrounds, and unsettling monster designs backed by a moody soundtrack. If you like tough 2D action games with precise combat, steady progression, and a bleak world full of secrets to uncover, this one is worth your time. Momodora delivers fast action, precise movement, and a soft, melancholic atmosphere. You play as Momo, a shrine maiden trying to prevent a looming disaster after a cursed bell awakens hostile spirits across the land. The adventure begins in quiet forests and expands into corrupted temples, ruined villages, and moonlit courtyards, all rendered with expressive pixel art and smooth animations. Combat is quick and technical. Momo uses rapid melee strikes, charged arrows, and special abilities that open new offensive options. Enemies hit hard, so dodging at the right moment and learning their patterns is essential. As you find charms, relics, and upgrades, your moveset becomes more flexible, letting you lean into speed, ranged pressure, or a balanced style. Boss encounters are intense highlights, each presenting unique patterns, visual cues, and shifting phases. They demand timing and observation, but feel fair once you understand their rhythm, making victories genuinely satisfying. Exploration ties everything together. The world is interconnected, full of secret rooms, optional challenges, and platforming segments that reward curiosity. New abilities unlock shortcuts and hidden routes that loop back into earlier areas, encouraging you to revisit places with fresh tools. The presentation is one of the game's strongest points. Warm pixel lighting, expressive animations, and a gentle soundtrack that matches the emotional tone of the journey. If you enjoy tight action, rewarding boss battles, and beautifully crafted 2D worlds, Moonlit Farewell is an experience absolutely worth playing. Ender Lilies' Quietus of the Nights follows Lily, the last surviving priestess of a kingdom ruined by a cursed rain that twists people into monsters. She wakes inside a collapsing church and begins purifying corrupted spirits who, once freed, choose to protect her. Each guardian adds a new ability, creating a combat system built entirely around the spirits she commands. Lily never attacks directly. All offensive and defensive moves come from the spectral warriors at her side. Every spirit has a unique style. Quick cuts, heavy blows, ranged shots, magical bursts, counters, shields, and mixing them lets you tailor your approach to every threat. This flexibility keeps combat engaging from start to finish. The world is atmospheric and somber, with decayed villages, overgrown forests, dark caverns, flooded ruins, and shattered castles. Exploration constantly rewards curiosity through hidden items, relics, shortcuts, and upgrades. As you acquire new traversal skills, earlier zones open up, adding that classic loop of discovery. Boss encounters are a standout. Each foe carries a tragic backstory tied to the kingdom's fall and uses distinct attack patterns that demand timing and smart spirit combinations. They're challenging without feeling unfair, and defeating them always feels meaningful. The soundtrack, filled with soft piano and melancholic themes, amplifies the lonely, broken beauty of the world. With fluid combat, striking art, and an emotional atmosphere, Ender Lilies remains one of the most polished dark fantasy Metroidvanias of its era, offering a memorable and beautifully crafted journey. Biomass blends genres in a way that feels natural, but here the Metroidvania side genuinely takes the lead. Even though it is absolutely a Souls-like, the real structure of the game comes from exploring, backtracking, unlocking paths, and opening new zones only after earning specific abilities. It follows that classic formula, but with a darker sci-fi twist that gives everything a strange, unsettling atmosphere. Make no mistake, this is a true Souls-like. Unlike titles that only borrow the tone, Biomass leans fully into the challenge. Enemies punish mistakes instantly, and if you slip, you're down. You drop your resources, you respawn, and you need to fight your way back with caution. It's tough, but fair, and the game never pretends to be anything else. Combat is methodical, with deliberate attacks, stamina management, and tight timing. Weapons feel distinct, and the animations carry weight, which helps reinforce that feeling of vulnerability that the genre demands. The enemy designs are bizarre and alien, creating a constant sense of dread as you move deeper into each sector. Exploration, however, is where Biomass really shines. The world opens layer by layer, always pushing you to revisit previous locations with new tools and abilities. Every shortcut, hidden upgrade, or alternate route feels earned. The map design encourages curiosity, and the environmental storytelling adds mystery to the strange ruins and abandoned facilities you pass through. If you want a Souls-like that embraces the Metroidvania loop while keeping the difficulty sharp, Biomass delivers a tense, atmospheric, and rewarding experience from beginning to end. Watcher Chronicles is a 2D Souls-like with strong Metroidvania elements, focused entirely on sharp, demanding gameplay. You wake up in a dark medieval crypt, wearing heavy armor and holding a basic sword, and it doesn't take long before skeleton soldiers, corrupted knights, and twisted creatures begin hunting you down. The story is extremely minimal, almost non-existent, and the game wastes no time trying to build a deep narrative. Instead, it throws you straight into exploration and tough combat, where every mistake costs you progress. The fighting system is the highlight here. You manage stamina, dodge at the right moment, and use blocks to survive long enough to strike. If you time a guard perfectly, you trigger a parry that briefly stuns enemies, allowing heavy punishment. It feels very close to a 2D interpretation of classic Souls combat. Slow, weighty, and unforgiving. You can switch between many weapons: swords, axes, spears, bows, or magic books, each with different attack speeds and patterns. Armor and rings add small bonuses that help shape your build. Enemies drop shadow shards, used to upgrade attributes like strength, vitality, dexterity, or focus, which also determine what gear you can equip. Potion refills, fast travel, and leveling happen at purple statues placed across the map. These statues also enable local co-op, letting a second player join as a warrior, rogue, or fire mage to assist in difficult areas. Visually, the game uses a simple 2D cartoon style with stiff movement, and the world can feel generic, but the combat is intense, responsive, and genuinely fun. If you want a straightforward challenge with solid mechanics, Watcher Chronicles delivers it without trying to be anything else. Apotheon has everything: RPG depth, Metroidvania exploration, and a touch of Souls-like challenge all packed in one game. Honestly, this one is incredible. I've played it multiple times over the years, and it still doesn't feel like a 10-year-old title. Its iconic art style, inspired by ancient Greek pottery, gives it a visual identity no outro jogo tem, turning every movement in battle into something that feels hand-painted and alive. You play as Nicandreos, a warrior rising up against the gods after they abandon humanity. The story leans heavily on Greek mythology, but what really keeps you hooked is the gameplay loop, exploring Olympus, fighting divine beasts, unlocking new abilities, and piecing together gear that completely changes how you fight. Combat has weight and impact. Shields crack, weapons break, and every strike feels physical, making even simple encounters satisfying. The level design pushes exploration in classic Metroidvania fashion. New tools allow you to backtrack, open blocked paths, and reach hidden challenges across the many divine realms. Each god's domain introduces fresh mechanics, enemies, and environmental tricks, keeping the game varied from start to finish. Boss encounters are creative, mixing action with environmental puzzles and mythological twists. Even today, Apotheon remains one of the most unique 2D action games on the market. Whether you're here for the brutal fights, the atmospheric world, or the stunning art direction, it delivers on every front. If you've never given it a chance, this is absolutely one of those hidden gems worth playing right now. Blasphemous is already obvious, I know, but my pride didn't allow me to leave it out. It's simply too good. This brutal action platformer mixes Metroidvania structure with Souls-like difficulty. delivering one of the most unforgettable dark fantasy experiences of the last decade. You play as the Penitent One, wandering through Souls-like, a land twisted by corrupted faith and endless suffering. The atmosphere hits immediately. Every area feels heavy, unsettling, and beautifully crafted with an art style inspired by religious imagery. Combat is tight and unforgiving. Your sword strikes carry real weight, enemies punish sloppy timing, and learning patterns is the only way to survive. Dodging, parrying, and spacing become second nature as the game constantly pushes you to improve. Bosses are the highlight, grotesque, intimidating, and animated with incredible detail that makes every encounter feel personal and intense. Exploration is equally satisfying. Souls-like is filled with hidden rooms, shortcuts, optional challenges, and upgrades that reward players who stay curious. Even when you revisit older areas, the world rarely feels repetitive thanks to its smart layout and constant surprises. It keeps that perfect balance between guiding and letting you get lost. What really elevates Blasphemous is the art direction. The pixel art is stunning, with backgrounds that look like moving paintings and characters loaded with personality. The soundtrack matches the world's tone perfectly, blending haunting melodies with tense battle themes. Obvious or not, Blasphemous deserves its spot. It's intense, atmospheric, and one of the best dark action games you can play today. GRIME throws you into a surreal, hostile world, where everything seems alive and eager to crush you. You control a humanoid being shaped from obsidian, wielding a living weapon capable of absorbing enemies on impact. This absorption mechanic defines your entire progression. Perfectly timed parries let you consume foes to earn permanent upgrades, stat boosts, and new abilities that gradually mold your playstyle. Combat is fast, aggressive, and unforgiving. Each weapon has its own rhythm, from heavy crushers to rapid blades and strange transforming tools that open up new ways to approach encounters. Movement is just as important. Dodges, jumps, and perfect parries become essential, because even basic enemies can shred your health if you slip. The standout moments are the boss encounters, featuring towering, grotesque beings with unpredictable patterns that demand focus and precision. Exploration ties everything together. The world is fully interconnected, packed with secret chambers, branching paths, shortcuts, and rewards that make backtracking feel meaningful. As you unlock new abilities, earlier areas reveal fresh routes and challenges, keeping the world consistently engaging. The visual style is bold and striking, with smooth animations, dramatic silhouettes, and dynamic lighting that make every region feel alien and sculpted from living stone. The atmosphere is heavy, mysterious, and constantly shifting. GRIME delivers fluid combat, rewarding progression, and an unforgettable world that pulls you forward at every step. And finally, but absolutely not least, we have Nine Souls, a true masterpiece that closes this list with style. This game blends fast, precise combat with a world shaped by Eastern mythology mixed with sci-fi, creating one of the most unique atmospheres in the genre. You control a resurrected warrior driven by revenge, setting out to hunt down the souls. Powerful rulers hiding the truth behind a decaying, corrupted kingdom. What really makes Nine Souls shine is its incredible parry-focused combat. Every encounter forces you to read patterns, time your defenses, and strike back at the exact right moment, landing a perfect sequence of parries triggers brutal counterattacks that feel unbelievably satisfying. Enemies hit hard, major foes hit even harder, and the pacing keeps the tension high from the first hour to the last. Exploration feels just as strong. The world is filled with hidden routes, optional challenges, shrines, shortcuts, and upgrades waiting behind clever platforming and tight movement. Each region looks handcrafted, shifting from ancient temples to abandoned tech labs, corrupted forests, and massive mechanical structures, all drawn with a stunning hand-painted style that gives the entire game a living, breathing energy. The music and sound design amplify everything, making each clash feel sharp and every discovery meaningful. Nine Souls doesn't rely on complexity to impress. It's polished, intense, stylish, and full of personality. A phenomenal blend of precision, atmosphere, and world building, and easily one of the strongest modern entries in the genre. And that's it for today's list. Did you enjoy the video? Did I miss any great Souls-like Metroidvania that definitely deserves to be here? Or maybe you discovered a brand new favorite today? Let me know in the comments. I always love seeing what you're playing. If you enjoyed the list, don't forget to leave a like. And of course, subscribe to support the channel and not miss the next videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.